This podcast is part of the Deluxe Edition Network. To find other great shows on the network, head over to deluxeeditionnetwork.com. That's deluxeeditionnetwork.com.
Hold on, stop. Welcome back to the Shit Show 2.0.
Okay, Boomer.
Damn millennials. Wow.
Did not know that. Even flirters who are obviously mentally ill. You want to be my wife?
Oh, this is gonna go downhill real quick.
What is going on, and welcome back to Take on the World with
Jonathan Lee
and Mike D. Dude, we say this from time to time, but it has been a while.
A long time. I just gotta say, man, I am still uglier than sin.
And let's explain it to the viewers what's been going on. We took the summer off.
Yeah.
We said, fuck it. It's summertime.
Michael decided to chainsaw his hands off.
Yep. I am in great pain. We'll talk about that then.
I got stabbed at the coin pusher.
We'll talk about that. We are just going to reacquaint ourselves with our fans in this quick episode. Look, we just took some time off, and I hope you guys understand. We're back now. We are going to try to post videos every other week at least. There may be some bonus stuff in between. The fact is we went 4 years straight posting almost every week.
Yeah, we were pretty good at it. We were religious.
And it got to be a little too much. And I always said when we started this, I do this for fun.
I mean,
and it's fun, but it got to be, I don't want to say not fun.
Not like more like a job,
a chore.
Did you really feel that way? Well, you do like all of the work.
Some weeks it did feel that way because, especially when I started doing,
yeah, you had a lot of side projects.
I was doing Deluxe Edition with the Berks County Unsolved with Casey, and I record from time to time with Barrel Age Flicks. Love those guys. That's one of the stories I want to tell. I just went down to Virginia and sat at the Barrel Age Flicks, which was a great honor for me, their table, and did an episode with them. And then went down and visited my niece and nephew and saw my great niece and nephew. I have a cool story about that.
That's cool.
So it's been a busy time. It's not like we just walked away. We had other stuff going on, such as life.
I mean, not everybody can handle all this fame and fortune.
Well, plus I shot a movie over the summer.
That's right.
And hopefully that'll be out in October. So if you have a chance to catch that,
I can't wait to see it.
I really can't either because
I'm going to be your biggest fan.
Look, when I say I shot a movie, I was an extra in a movie, but it was a decent part. I had to do some stunts.
I'm going to get a shirt made up with your logo or whatever screenshot is the best out of the whole thing. I think.
Yeah, I'll see if I'll talk to the director. I'll talk to my people in Hollywood. I'll see if I can get a still of my action pose. Anyway, let's start with John. Dude, what have you been doing?
Yeah, not a whole lot, man.
Not a whole lot.
I would say it was pretty kind of nice to not have to. Well, I mean, my job as a podcaster here. Let's just cut it. It's not very hard. I just show up, drink all your beer, and then.
Yeah, but we've been crossing paths when you were available. I wasn't. When I was available, I think you weren't.
I think that was the biggest thing. Is like my schedule kind of changed, and it just didn't work out. And like we don't do it on the weekdays. I mean, I guess we could, but we don't.
Yeah, we're close enough that we could now, but
yeah. And when you know what,
that the fact is, I'm going to tell you this. I can't fall asleep at night now. Like I don't get tired at night.
Yeah,
you know why?
I heard. Yeah.
I'm not stressed anymore because I've been off work for over a month with my injury, which we might as well talk about now.
Pretty four fingers over here.
Actually, one of our friends at work calls me tri-tip because I cut all three of these fingers down to the bone and crushed my pinky.
It was nasty.
I
was there. I saw him do it.
And I could put a picture up of the pinky X-ray, but
I could put a picture up of that mangled pinky.
I could put a picture up of all of it, but there will be a warning before I put the picture up. So if you don't want to see it, don't look because it is horrible. And anyway, my hand got caught in the tailgate of a dump truck between the tailgate and the chain that holds the tailgate up. And it was pretty bad and it was painful. And the funny thing is this is how our sense of humor at work is. We're sitting over in the ER, and it's my boss and one of my coworkers who actually went out of his way and drove me home afterwards. Instead of having my wife drive all the way down from where we live 45 minutes to turn around and drive 45 minutes home. We're sitting there, and the nurse is looking at me. She goes, that's probably the most horrific accident I've seen in here in the last couple of days. And that's saying something for the ER. She goes, but I'm having so much fun with you guys because we were just busting each other's chops. And she goes, you should be in so much pain. And I said, well, I am, but this is how we deal with stuff. Like, our sense of humor is just like most people don't understand it.
No, they don't. Like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
You're fucked up.
The funny thing is she goes, well, that's how we are here too. And we don't see that much. So we usually have to keep our mouth shut. I said, oh, we never keep our mouth shut.
No.
So that's the story of the paw. The funny thing was talking about the sense of humor. I got a text the next day, and it was someone sent me a picture of a dump truck, not ours, but someone who also works for the county. And he said, "Oh, we're just finishing up a project." Showed me a picture of the dump truck, and then sent me a picture of a skeleton hand like wiggling his fingers. And then I said, "He goes, yeah, it's it's." Was that
too soon?
No, it's funny. And then he said, he goes, seriously, dude, how you doing? I said, I'm still in a lot of pain, but it's going to be good. I said, there was no tendon damage. And he goes, well, I hope you heal. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, I had to take that dump truck down the next day to get to all the rest of the stone. And it was funny. He's like, nobody knew how much stone we were supposed to get. I'm like, I heard Michael talking about how much stone we need to get. I'm like, didn't anybody figure this out? So we went down there and we had some kind of like list that wasn't like, the guy looked at it. He's like, 2 scoops. He's like, what the hell's a scoop? That could be a ton. I'm like, I would assume it's 2
yards,
2 dump things full of.
Each one of their scoops is a yard.
Yeah. So he gave us a little bit of a rough time about that. And then we took it in to go get looked at. The guy gave us a rough time about that as well.
How many scoops did you end up getting?
We got everything but the tiny stones.
I saw a pile of tiny stones there when I came up.
Yeah, and then they didn't want the stone laying up front, so they just dumped all the shit in there and got rid of the stone. I think it looked better with the grass. You're not going to...
You saying you don't like my work?
Well, no, I don't think the stone's just, I don't know.
I didn't think it was a good idea either, but it is what it is.
You're going to have like the snow plows running over it and when the shit gets knocked out of the circle.
Well, nobody listens to me, so.
I don't know. We just don't like change.
No, that's truth.
Don't like change.
That's the truth.
Well, you bitch about anything that fucking changes. Even if it's better or not. I don't know.
So anyway, that's the finger story. So what else you been up to?
Well, I just went to a NoFX concert in Boston. It was actually in Braxton. It's like half an hour outside of Boston. And that was a lot of fun. And there was like no shenanigans really. There was a drunk guy up in the thing and he was like in the fetal position laying on the ground. His buddy was like trying to get him up and they got into a huge argument. He like all but throw up all over my friend's. They were selling those liquid death waters.
Yeah,
but they were like, I think they were $10 a pop.
Yeah,
And it's like, God, all right. So
Well, I think they're expensive in the grocery store.
They are
less,
expensive. Yeah,
much less in a fucking concert.
$10 for like basically it's like
a can of water.
And so anyways, I think a lot of that went towards the band, and so so my buddy had just bought it. He opened it and then he sat it down on the ground and he's like, I gotta go take a piss. I'll be right back. And we had like our own private bathrooms and everything, which was nice. So you didn't have to wait for a porta-john. And this guy in the meantime had gotten up and he's like leaning on the fence and he's just like, you know how you get like drooly mouth when you're about to throw it? And he's like, he spit all over my open container. He comes back and he's like, what the fuck? He's like, I bought that. I took one sip out of it and now it's got fucking vomit all over it. And I was like, you should have taken it with you. And I was waiting for that guy to get his ass beat. And then some other really, there were two huge people, like big oaks, the guy and the girl. And I don't know if they dropped a bunch of acid or what. They were acting real weird. And they were like just dancing around this like stage that was for the VIPs or whatever. And at one point she was like draped over the railing, like in the crowds in front of us. And I'm taking video and looking around. And I thought I was getting ready to like grab her because I thought she was going to go fucking tumbling off.
You just wanted to grab her.
Well, she looked like she can kick my ass and I can't take another one of those. And then I would have to fucking contend with her fucking gigantic fucking boyfriend.
And you can't call me because I can't make a fist right now.
No. And then my other friends were out in the crowd doing God knows what. And so I thought and I was like, they kept thinking, I'm like, fuck it, let her fall over the fucking edge. She'll probably get up and start dancing again. And then she just grabbed the railing and she started like fucking like trying to rip the railing off the thing. Jesus. And I was just like, oh, I just walked away. And no matter where I went, those two just kept like getting closer to me. And I'm like, get the fuck away from me. I'm like, God damn it, this drama doesn't go away. And
well, you sure do like drama.
Yeah. So I ended up going to like the complete opposite, and it was the stage was probably like half the size of this room here. And then like if that wall were the end of the fence, like to where we were all standing, the band was like right over there.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was cool, but like their equipment was in the way, so you couldn't really see them. I got full like I was probably from like here to your table saw away from the drummer. And then the two guitarists and the bass guitarist. Oh, yeah, but it was really cool. I never seen anything.
Let it be known that's about 20 feet since nobody else can see it except for us.
Yeah. I'm not that far away, man. So I got tons of pictures and video.
But you enjoyed Boston?
Boston was nice. Very nice little college town. And we went down to the wharf.
I never thought of Boston as a college town, but when you said how many universities are up there, that's like, wow.
I gotta check that. That's what our Uber driver said. There was more than 55 universities in Boston.
Well, he barely spoke English.
No, he spoke English pretty good.
What do you mean? What do you mean? I don't speak English.
I kept asking him fucked up questions, and I had nobody wanted to sit in the front seat, and I was like, I'll sit in the fucking front seat. I don't give a shit. And so we had walked like 75 miles to go see the USS Constitution, and I got there. We were all like fucking.
Oh,
dying.
There's nobody watching this believed that you walked 75 miles.
Well, it was more like 80, but it felt like 80. No, it was more like I think it was like under 2 miles, but it was it was like city miles. It was like they're a lot longer.
City miles are longer than regular miles.
Yeah, and it felt like we were there forever. Well, I mean, so anyways, we get there and it's like another like half a mile beyond, like underneath, like in a dock somewhere, like behind barbed wire fence. And you've got to obviously pay to get into there, right? And my buddy's like, you got to pay to get in? He's like, fuck that. He's like, I'm not paying to go. So we walked all the way across town to take pictures of the USS Constitution, which you can barely see. It's like the fences in the foreground. And so we were all laughing at him. And that was our whole thing. Like he wanted to go to Salem, and then he talked himself out of it. And he's like, let's just go to Boston. We'll go see the old shit there and, and the historic stuff. And so the whole time, like, should have went to Salem. Should have went to Salem.
I remember back in my wrestling days, for probably about 8 months, we would go up to Boston. I thought, like, it'd be 2 times 1 month, and the next month it'd be once. And we do 2 shows a weekend up there. We do one on a Friday night, one on a Saturday night. We'd stay up. And again, little towns outside of Boston we would go to. And that's when we met Eddie Guerrero and got to talking to him real cool. But on our off time, we go into Boston, and down by the waterfront there were people selling bootleg videos and shit. So we went into one of those video stores, and they had a back room which was all porn. The one guy we were with, we're looking around in there, and he just looks at us. He goes, "Get the fuck out!" And he's looking at the wall, and he's like, "I just found Piss and Shit, Volume 7."
Volume 7?
He goes, "That's what that's what surprised me about this. There's 6 other fucking volumes of this video."
Oh, my God. Did he buy it?
No.
Piss and Shit? That's just the name of it?
Piss and Shit, Volume 7.
Oh. Yeah, we went down to the wharf, I guess that's what they call them. And there's like this dude fishing.
No, the wharf was on the Enterprise.
Off, yes. Watching this guy fish, right? And I'll tell you, the whole time my buddy's on the phone with his dad, right? And so this is what I'm dying laughing because first off, I'm watching this crackhead with a fishing pole was broken in half. He duct taped it back together, and he's fishing off the pier into like about 3 inches of water, trying to catch stripers. And he was like yelling at his son, who was like on the other side. He's like, "Jojo, stripers!" And I'm like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "Yo, dude," I'm like, "What are you fishing for?" He's like, "Stripers."
Stripers?
There's fucking stripers in the water. And I'm like, "Can you see him?" He's like, "Fuck, no, I can't see him, but I could." And I was like, "You're full of shit, dude." I'm like, "There ain't nothing in that fucking water." And then like he walked up, "Hey, Jojo, there's a fat queer trying to talk to me. Let's get out of here." So anyways, and like I can hear in the background,
He's trying to grab my khakis out of my khakis.
And my buddy's on the phone with his dad, and his dad went over to his house to check on his cats. And he's like, "No, Dad, they didn't feed us." He's like, "It's a bed and breakfast." He's like, "No, it's not a bed and breakfast. It's a Airbnb." He's like, "What kind of car?" "I don't know what kind of car he drives." His dad was just like asking him. It was just funny as shit. You hadn't been there. His dad was like pissing him off, asking him all these like dumbass questions. Because we had drove up. My buddy drove. And he's like, what kind of car does he have? He's like, how many gallons an hour does it burn? Fuel. And he's just like, what? Turn the electric off to the power strip for your Wi-Fi? Okay. He's like, no, turn it on. That's always good. And I haven't seen my one buddy since 2017. And we picked up like, we never left anywhere. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's always cool.
And that's when you have you're good buddies with somebody is, you can pass all that time and then it's like you haven't seen him forever and it's like you'd never even left for a day. But yeah, I went to my first weed dispensary. Fucking weird. I didn't buy any weed. I don't smoke weed, but I was actually getting like feeling some kind of way in there. And I'm like, I got to get out of here. I'm like, this is fucking weird. I'm like, all these people are weird.
Oh, there's a bunch of weirdos that go in that place.
Yeah. And I'm like, it gave me like bad vibes. And I was just there mainly because I wanted to see what the inside looked like, which by the way, I had like a total, my thought of what it would be like was completely wrong. I thought you walk in and it'd be like a farmer's market with like baskets full of like weed and they like scoop you up. Like, here you go into like a brown bag and No, they had like a little computer kiosk, and you go on, and you say what state you're from. You give them your ID, and there's like all you can pick out.
So if you're not from Massachusetts, you can't buy.
I don't know. I just know that I think they want to make sure you're not under 18.
But if they ask you what state you're from,
yeah, I wasn't really paying attention, but I mean, all the guys I went with had their cards.
ask it for a friend, bro. Ask it for a friend.
Right. But I don't know. I don't think that, man. I think you just have to be over 18. I don't think they really cared.
I don't smoke weed either, because we couldn't even if we wanted to.
Yeah. So that was interesting, and yeah. I think they fucked up everybody's order too. Like they didn't get the shit they wanted, and it's so weird because like you can.
I ordered the purple sticky wicky, and you gave me.
They have cookies, dog treats, gummy bears, freaking sodas, you name it. And like
I don't like the smell of it, so I think.
oh, I love the smell of it.
Really, you like the smell of weed?
Yeah. Which, by the way, like I don't even think I got a fresh of breath air at that concert. It was just like every like 70-year-old fucking punk rocker came out of the woodwork to go see the Circle Jerks.
Dude, I would have loved to see them again.
Have you seen them before?
Yeah.
No shit. Like not a lot of, because like their music isn't really that like, I think they have a cult following.
Well,
not a lot of people like them.
Dude, I'm a 70s kid, so
and the dude was like Mark something, I think his name was, but he was like legit 70 fucking years old, and he's still on the road, still fucking rocking out, singing all his old songs, which was I thought pretty cool. But my one buddy, he's like, I don't like them. He's like, they suck. He's like completely not into them. He's like, that's the worst fucking band.
They're not the greatest, but like it was fun back in the day.
Yeah, they're like early, like backyard, pool skater punks. Do you ever see? Damn it! What the hell is that movie? I forget the name of it.
Gleaming the Cube.
Gleaming the Cube. There's another one too.
Well, they were Skater, Gleaming the Cube,
but they're just skating like empty pools in L.A.
That was Gleaming the Cube.
Was it?
Yeah.
No. Anywho, so yeah, that was my highlight of the fucking year.
I just went on a trip down to North Carolina, but my the reason I took the trip was because I was going to Virginia to sit at the Barrel Age Flicks table, and the Barrel Age Flicks is a great podcast. You need to check them out. Them and Barrel Age Chicks used to be on the Deluxe Edition Network with us. They're no longer with us, but I still love those guys, and I've been on both shows, and I was very appreciative to be invited down to sit at the table and do Starship Troopers with them.
Oh, how did that go?
Dude, it was awesome because we all had the same kind of reaction to the movie. Not to the same extent, but you got to watch their podcast. I don't want to talk about it here because I don't want to spoil it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you think it's just a bug shooting movie, you need to watch it again and with fresh eyes. Okay. That's all I'm gonna say. It's one of my favorite movies, and when I first watched it when I was a kid, that's why I watched it. They were killing bugs. It was a space movie. Loved it.
What? And I just saw Alien Romulus.
Did you?
Over the weekend?
Don't tell me. I haven't seen it.
I won't say anything.
Nathan saw it. I won't let him tell me. I want to form my own opinion.
I loved it.
Because I've heard two different opinions on it. Nathan liked it too. You liked it. But
you might fall into that category where you don't like the remakes and the add-ons and the. But
I like sequels.
See, this is where I looked it up, and I think this would be like number 3 or 4 if you were to watch it in a sequel.
Okay.
Even though it's like the last one made.
So
it's like Star Wars. what? And I always like the hardcore Star Wars fans are like, "Yeah, it's not the first Star Wars." I'm like, it's
Well, it's
first,
not.
Well, I know, but it's the first one that was ever came out. Fucking Star Wars geeks.
Watch it, dude.
And but this is like the same. So I like the Alien series more than Star Wars.
Well, it's more of a horror.
Well, for me, I didn't really watch Star Wars, and then I tried to.
Just because you were a douche, but
I just couldn't get into it.
no,
And,
not everybody has great taste, dude. It's cool.
But
you know what the great thing about America is, bro? You can be as wrong as you want, and that's your prerogative.
But I think you'd like it. I think you like they.
You can even be Democrat. It's okay.
They came out with, I guess, The Crow. I guess it's a remake.
Yeah, I'm not watching it.
Heard it was horrible.
It bombed.
Yeah, heard it was terrible.
It's a second remake.
Yeah, you're right. And then they have Gladiator 2, which I didn't know. I don't watch cable, so I don't know all these movies.
I hope it doesn't have Russell Crowe in it.
No, it has Pedro Pascal.
Because you see how? Did you see what was the movie? Bad. What was it?
Piss and Shit, Volume 7.
Yeah, did you see that one? I only watched till Volume 6. I thought if that was just a gratuitous pee. No. What was it? Badland or?
Oh, was it a war movie?
Yeah.
On Netflix?
Yes.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
With Russell Crowe.
Oh, no, not with Russell Crowe. It was
a drone pilot type thing.
Yeah. Oh, yes. I forgot he was in it. He was like the commander. Like,
you see how fat he is?
He's huge.
Like look, I'm fat, so I can look at see what someone fat looks like. I can say it.
I forgot he was in that. Yeah, that was a good movie.
I enjoyed the movie, but like from Gladiator to that, wow.
No, I mean, whatever. He's an actor.
I hope he's enjoying his beer and food, dude.
Did you watch Unhinged with him in it?
Yes.
What'd you think?
I enjoyed the movie.
Like that was the movie I requested at night, and my one friend was like, "Dude," he's like, "This is too violent, man. Turn it off."
What?
He's like, "I'm getting bad vibes from this," and I was like, "It's a great movie. Just watch it." I'm like, like this could happen to anyone. And he's like, "This is bullshit." He's like, "Wouldn't something?" He's like, "Don't you think the cops would show up in like within 15 minutes?" And I was just like, "It's a movie." I was like, you just have to shut your logical brain off,
right,
for like an hour and a half, and enjoy the the show.
That was like the TV series Into the Badlands.
Yeah,
where guns were outlawed.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody uses swords,
right?
So you could kill someone with a sword. You just can't use a gun.
Oh, does he know more than guns? I didn't like that series.
I was weirdly drawn to it.
I thought the fighting was like really bad.
I used to see
the foo kung fu shit.
I am a kid of the 70s. I watched Kung Fu theater like religiously.
So that's all you know.
So that Kung Fu by Wire fucking cheap ass, I loved it. So yes, I watched it and I enjoyed it. If that makes me an idiot, then I'm an idiot.
As long as you liked it, that's all that matters.
So what? So I went down Barrel Age Flicks, had a great time with those guys. Hit up a couple breweries while I was down there, and then went down and spent a couple days with my niece and nephew. And they're two wonderful kids. And so while I was down there, since my niece is from Panama, I wanted her daughter to call me Tio, which is Spanish for uncle. I want to be Tio Mike. So I'm trying the whole time to get her to call me Tio Mike, Tio Mike, Tio Mike. So she said Mike very clearly several times. So when I left, what she was calling me was Kitty. So
close.
I guess from here forth, I'm known as Kitty.
Kitty.
So like Sully in Monsters Inc. But and it
Oh.
wasn't a mistake because she kept on doing it. She'd point at me and say Kitty. And then when she woke up, like we left when she went down for a nap, she woke up. And when she woke up, she looked around. She goes, "Where's Kitty?" And I felt crappy because we snuck out. But I love those kids. I love my nephew and my niece. Good family. I love it. So I also saw my mom while I was down there because she lives halfway across the state. It's like 3 hours from where my nephew lives. And I can't go all the way down there and not stop and see her. So
Sure.
I did that. And that's part of my last 3 months. Plus running around doing a lot of stuff. But like I said, I can't sleep because since this injury, I've been off work. No stress, dude. None. Zero. So I sit here at night like I'm not exhausted from being stressed all day. You know what I mean? No, you don't.
I don't get that part. But that'll do it to you. Stress wears you out, man.
Look, I come home sometimes from work.
I get stressed about other things.
I get stressed about a lot of shit, but look, I have zero work stress.
Yeah.
Which, our job is stressful to begin with. Then you put the politics of it in, and
politics. That's what I don't like.
So anyway, I wanted to do like 10 or 15 minutes. We've done 30.
Wow.
Yeah, I know that went by fast. So I'm just going to touch on some of the things that are coming up. We are going to be doing a show on Ruby Ridge, which is going to be.
Is that going to be horrible?
I think
it's going to be like really long and boring.
Okay. He's saying that because I told him I have like 18 pages of research. We're going to pare it down. There was so much to the Ruby Ridge thing that there's so much before and so much after that we're just going to have to pare it down. And we're going to try to do it in a reasonable amount of time.
6 hours.
We're going to be doing
Jimmy Hoffa.
We'll be doing.
And then I asked you if you wanted a hot dog. And you said we made hot dogs, dick. What are the odds?
So we got an in-depth thing on Jimmy Hoffa coming up in the next couple of weeks. Also have a lockup coming up for.
I wanted to ask you. Finish your sentence, but excuse me.
A lockup coming up.
Was it the one that I sent you?
No. It's the one in New York.
Rikers Island?
Rikers Island, that's it. And which is interesting because there's a lot more to Rikers Island that I knew.
Are the tombs in Rikers Island?
They're different.
Wah, wah, wah. Well, the one that I sent you, I don't know if you were being serious or joking with me, but you're like, yeah, I already did that one. But you didn't say it like that. I was like, I don't think you did.
Which one?
It was some like South American prison where did you get the video of how the different branches of the military PT?
Yes.
The Navy.
You're not funny. You're neither fun nor funny.
Oh, that was great.
So anyway, that's what's coming up in the next few weeks.
Here it is. Secot. CECOT.
Yeah, I did that one.
Did you really?
No.
All right. Did you actually look into it? It's really cool.
I have not because I haven't been doing research.
Centro de Confinamiento.
Oh, yeah, I did that one.
Del Terrorismo.
Yeah, that one I did.
CCOT.
No, so the last thing here. So in case you're new to Take on the World, let's explain a little bit of what we do. We look at just about any topic.
Any topic.
And we look at it through the lens of history because I love historical things of historical nature. Sometimes we look at stuff from the war. Sometimes we look at stuff from just the past, America's past or other countries. I also do a lockup series, which I look at either strange or weird or super secure prisons around the world. Or I did the Martha Stewart prison, which is not super secure. That's what we do. We do it, and while we're doing it, we make fun of each other.
Mm-hmm.
We have a good time, and I have a few pretty cool prisons coming up over the next 6 months. I try to do one prison a month. We over the last 4 years, we're doing at least one episode a week, sometimes more, and sometimes we take a break. But I think we're going to go like every other week for the next couple months, just because our schedules are still a little hectic and I'm still a little hurt. You can't see that. I can't. It's hard for me to use my computer. It's hard for me to use the mouse. But yeah, Take on a World. We're on the Deluxe Edition Network. Check out all the great shows on the Deluxe Edition Network. And if you're looking for something a little different, check out Barrel Age Flicks and Barrel Age Chicks. Great guys, great gals. Boom.
You didn't look like a serial killer there.